And then by 2014, you got a full pardon from the state of Alabama.
I did. I did. And I was the only person then. It was 9,000 plus applicants, and for a pardon, Alabama only granted 242 applicants, and me being the only one in North Alabama to receive a full pardon.
How did it feel to walk out of prison after 2 years?
Relieved, relieved, and I knew that my life was completely going to be turned around. I was not going back the path that I had came down, because that was something that I had promised myself. My dad and my grandfather was the only one I had living, and God, that I would not go back down that path. So I felt good. I felt relieved. I felt free. I could breathe. I didn't have to worry about, if I passed by a police car, is he going to turn around because he noticed it was me and, come shake the car down or busting in my house. I felt good. I felt real good.
Well, you're leaving the business at this point, but along the way there was a lot of chaos that you had participated in, and people feel some type of way. People have gotten shot. People have gotten beat up and so forth under your watch. Was there a certain level of, what if some of those people come back?
No. Um, it's funny. I always say reform don't mean cured. So and then I didn't put myself in a position or uh, for anyone to come after me or anything like that. Whatever happened to a person, and I had to do whatever I did, it was warranted, and they knew it. So um, if you didn't have a beef then, don't have one later. The time for beefing is at that particular time, and that's just how I ran everything. So no, I didn't worry about any of that. In fact, everyone
Well,
still like being around me or want to be around me. Even the ones, whatever happened to them, they love being around me. They want to be in my company. So I don't ever have that problem.
well, when you look back on your drug career, and for you it was business, you were making money, you were supporting families and so forth, but the hundreds of kilos that you were pushing into your community, which ultimately got cooked up and turned into crack, which created the crack addicts, the crack babies,
Right.
women doing whatever for a hit. Kids end up being neglected. Entire huge groups of people that were destroyed based on your business. How do you look at that these days?
Oh, these days I look at it with severe empathy. I'm I'm so sorry for doing that. I didn't see it then like I see now, and I look at it that I destroyed my own community for really greed for money. And I hate that. I hate that I hate I even started selling drugs. Because I've always liked helping people. I've never wanted to destroy nobody. And I not only destroyed one person, but I destroyed a lot of communities throughout Alabama. And so my way of trying to restore that, or really I pay for it, I try to give it back every way, whichever way I can, with helping, educating people on voting. I also filed a lawsuit against Alabama about ex-felons to be able to vote, and help people get jobs. ex-felons. I was working with a program where we were helping ex-felons to get really good jobs. And that kind of like fell to the wayside when one of our commissions passed away. But I still have the thirst to help build the community back up. And I'm going to do whatever I have to help with that effort.
Well, Perrion Roberts is quite a story. I've interviewed lots of drug kingpins over the years, from the Freeway Rickies to the Little D's to the AZ Faisans, but never a female. This is why I said in the beginning of the interview, like, this is a little different for the Vlad TV audience. The fact that as a woman, you can get to those heights and really keep the business going when it is a completely male-oriented business is, pretty crazy.
It is.
But you know, ultimately, you did your time. You worked the system, to your advantage legally, and it sounds like you have a lot of regret over what you've done. And I think it really tells a cautionary tale to people who are, girls who are watching, who, have the D-boy boyfriend, who are mixed up in the business and,
Right.
want to go along this same path. What would you tell those girls who have the drug dealer boyfriend who's mixed up in his business? What would you tell them right now?
To get out quick. Uh, uh, ultimately, it's your decision and who you be with. And most of the time, drug boys, when they get busted and the girl is with them, they put it on the girl.
Hmm.
And then you have a case. Or you'll take a case for him because you don't have a case. And that's still wrong. And so it's all good because you're making money now. But when you go to prison, what are you going to do? How will you be able to get your hair done every day or whatever you do, or whatever you're doing is spending money, So I would advise them to find out who they really are and and make a better choice in who you're dating and get your own life and career together, because at the end of the day, when he's going to get busted, it is not going to last forever. I think I've made the longest run than anybody in the country in selling drugs. And that's just not heard of. And so in this day and time, that's not happening because a lot of people are dying from the drugs that they are pushing nowadays. Their lifespan is 3 to 6 months, literally. So I would advise a young girl to if she dropped out of school, go back to school, get an education, so that you can get a job and don't get no felonies, because they're easy to get and very, very hard to get rid of. So, and just persevere with your own life. Be your own woman.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And, of course, your story is featured on American Gangster Trap Queens,
Yes. Yes, it is.
which everyone could check out. Well, Perrion Roberts, I appreciate sharing your story, and wish you all the best. And it sounds like you got a lot of story left to tell.
I do. I have a workbook that I've created also that I want people to. Um, it'll be on perrionroberts.com to pre-order. It's a book. It's a workbook to change criminal thinking to responsible thinking. Also, in the back, it'll give information once a person is out to who to contact, name and phone numbers of people to contact to help them with their transitioning to society. And so you can also follow me on Instagram, Perrion_Roberts, and make sure you check it out.
Well, there you go. I appreciate you sharing your story, and I wish you all the
Thank
best.
you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Until next time.
Okay, bye
Peace.
bye. Peace.